right, so let's get to the meat of things. We're going to perform our very first on-demand backup. On-demand backup is just as the words imply. These are backups on demand. Now, something to understand about an on-demand backup versus an automatic backup. An on-demand backup is what they call browser dependent. And the reason that's important to note is because once you start a backup, you must leave your browser window open. You can't hit back, you can't hit refresh, you can't close it. If you do that, it will not complete your backup. So it's important to understand that if you have a large backup, that theoretically can mean your window stays open for hours upon hours. So bear that in mind when you're deciding on when to do an on-demand backup, which is a good question. When should you do an on-demand backup? Well, for me, I would do an on-demand backup if, for example, I add some new files to my website and I want to back up just those files. You can do that. Or perhaps I put in a new blog and I want to back up that database right away just in case. Things of that nature, okay? So for larger backups, full site backups, multiple backups of databases on one site, I highly recommend using the automatic backup because it's not browser dependent. It happens behind the scenes. Okay, so let's move on. On-demand backup. On the on-demand backup screen is where you'll find a list of the sites where you've already created your FTP connections and your database connections. So I'll do a quick demonstration of a manual backup on each one. Let's go ahead and we'll continue on with our sample site, Coffee Lovers. So I'm going to go ahead and click on FTP. Okay, now again, we do have an edit screen. So if for some reason your FTP username or passwords change, things like that, you can change them here. Otherwise, click on the Details button, and what you'll see is a couple of things here. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to add files to your backup. So you're going to click on this first icon, which is the Get Files list. So this is really when you're going to know if your FTP connection works. So we're going to click on this icon. Aha! So we see now a list of files. This is actually showing the files on the website. Now, what you can do is a couple of things. You can click Select All, and then that way you can back up all of your files. Now, this particular sample site's not very big, so I could theoretically use the Select All, and it won't take all that much time. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now, so once you do that, you must add your files for backup. Now, you can check this by clicking on the Show Selected Files button. And that'll show all the files that you've had added ready for backing up. Okay, so now your next step is to select your destination. So if you've connected, you'll see that these are checkable boxes. If you haven't, you'll see that it's not linked. You'll see a notice. And you remember in one of the other videos we did a destination FTP setup. This is where you'll find that destination FTP. So where do you want to back this up? All right, let's go ahead and do it to my Box account, and I think I'm going to also send one to my FTP. Okay, now I can elect to send myself an email notification, so it'll tell me when it's done. But again, we're browser dependent, so it's going to automatically tell us when we're finished anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that for now. Okay, that's all we need to do. Now we'll click the Backup Now button. Now, if this does take a while, I'll probably pause this video and then restart it once the backup is complete. Now you'll notice the notification down here. Do not refresh or click back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. Okay, the total time for that was probably around 2 minutes or so. Like I said, it wasn't a very big site. So let's scroll down. This was the list of files we show. Now you'll get a success message uploaded to Box, and it's successfully uploaded to FTP. Okay, so that is the quick and easy way to do an on-demand backup. And again, you can do this to all of your various destinations that you might have access to. So now we're going to take a quick peek and show the file in their location. So we'll go with the FTP first. I have my FTP FileZilla open up here, and you can see I'm on my simple traffic nonprofit site. We'll go ahead and refresh. And then there you go. So that backup was just taken. Okay, and we can go to box.com. And here we have the file we just backed up. And the file name incorporates the date, 2016, September 6th. So we'll go ahead and click on the database icon, the details icon. Now again, you do have to select the tables that are in this database. So we're going to go ahead again and select all. Remember, you have to hit the add for backup. And again, you can check and make sure that they've all taken. And we can also check the same destinations. We'll uncheck the email and we'll click backup now. Remember to leave your browser window open. Okay, I did not pause that video, that was real time. So you saw how quick that did your upload. So you can see it's been uploaded to Box and uploaded to FTP. So let's go ahead and take a look. We'll go back to our FTP, we'll refresh, and there's your database zip file. Again, you'll see the difference, DB for database, FTP for basically your website files. And then of course we can go back to box.com, and there we see our database file.